All right, we have some good ones for you this week, so make sure you stick around to the end. But let's jump right in to the man bear pig problem. That's kind of what this week was about. If you poped your man bear pig and they couldn't immediately unholy it, you were in good shape. What you also wanted to try to do was get them to maybe unholy your Osimo or your Santa. I'm actually not sure whether I liked Osimo better than Santa. I think like the Santa makes sense where you can get Diabetes Boy up crazy, but I really don't like Santa as a unit. The little knockback I don't like. The I don't think he's enough health for 5 cost. That guy made a mistake there though. But I think Osimo with the ability to freeze could pair well with the Hanky, getting more freezes off. Paired with the Ice Sniper, you can just combo freeze. And then I think Osimo might be able to stay alive, even if it's just one freeze, stopping the damage for a little bit. Osimo might be easier to keep alive long enough where you could cycle to the Pope Manbear Pig easier. Because the only real way you're going to Pope cycle to the Manbear Pig this week is if that tank is out on the field. Otherwise, you're going to cycle either back to that or back to Tupperware. Or, you know, potentially like the Hanky is something that got pulled a lot. But it's not easy to get the right card, but if you're really winning a match, it's not too hard. I did like that Dark Mage. The Dark Mage is quite nice. Counters the pigeons, counters the Terrence and Phillip, which can be a problem. Now, poping the Terrence and Phillip is probably like third best you could do. Obviously, if you're poping, you want to pope Manbear Pig, obviously, or you want to pope Osimo or Santa, or you want to pope Tupperware or Terrence and Phillip. I think that was the choice there. Diabetes Boy also was a really big winner for this week. If you got him cycling with either the Santa or with the Hanky, you got really good value from him. Just insane damage potential. If he has Hanky and you use the ability immediately, if there's no freeze, if there's no slow, if there's no new kid hit, he will stack the stack on top of itself. So he'll get like 200 attack, 200 attack, 300 attack, 400 attack. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So that's kind of the idea to do it with Santa too, because you can double stack. But I don't know if it's worth it. I don't think you can really only get one charge off with Santa before he dies, probably. I don't know. I had both of them. We had decks with Osimo. It's hard to know, really. I should have counted with Tupperware there, maybe, but the 2 for 2 is fine, too. Or 2 for 3 is fine. But now we have the Osimo. We get Ice Sniper out, you Tupperware, and then all you need to do is get a couple units out, and you're ready to go. Then you're ready for the Call Girl. Not the Call Girl, the Pope. Not bad. Low levels for him, so I'm not too worried about this. Not bad. The Dark Mage is basically there for the pigeons if the Ice Sniper can't deal with it, but she's taking them down one at a time, so we're just slow playing here. I probably could have used the Osimo to stun all those things, but Ice Sniper deals with all the pigeons. Tupperware is still alive. We're going to get the Dark Mage out there. I feel like last time we did this deck, we might... Oh, it didn't actually use the ability. We might have picked Labard. I can't remember. Maybe not. What's Labard the option for it? Was it Labard Diabetes? If that's the pick, then it's too much. See, we do get the Manbear Pig on the cycle. Not bad. Not bad at all. And we don't even need it at all, though, because the Inuit takes the win for us. But we do get the Pope Manbear Pig, so we showed that it is very possible. I'm pretty sure every time I played Pope, I got Manbear Pig. I just didn't play Pope very much. I could be wrong. I might have gotten Osimo once. I'm trying to think. We'll see. That's my first Pope. The Unholy comes out before the hit, so the Choir Boy survives. That's brutal. He had level 5 Manbear Pig, but level 3 Inuit. That's an interesting choice, but I guess... I mean, it's not really a good choice to put all your caps into Manbear Pig if there's an Unholy as an option, you know what I mean? because it's base level 5. Max level 5 doesn't die to Unholy level 6, but base level 5 does. But max level 5 still leaves a couple hundred HP, I think. So the critters was also an interesting choice. You could use the diabetes, you could use the pigeons. A couple options to get some value from him. I don't think it's really possible to really win a match with him, because at the end of the day, the freeze ray is probably what's going to kill him. But it's interesting. It really gives that dark mage value when he can, the dark mage value when he can half the attack of the critter. It's pretty good. The diabetes boy takes him down. Can we get the charge up? Get the charge up and then use the Santa again to double tap him? No, we don't even need to. Don't even need to. And then see, we Pope Man-Bear Pig. That's 2 Popes Man-Bear Pigs. That's 2. That's 2 thus far, shooter. All right, we got Wayward Weed, who's looking a little SS-ish to me. I like that haircut. That's a funny haircut, brother. Leading with the diabetes boy. Not bad just because of the value you can get from him. You can use the hanky on him. Get crazy value. All right, I see what we're doing here. I see what we're doing here. Can we keep the diabetes boy alive is the question. The freeze comes out and the Labard comes out, so the diabetes boy actually gets taken out, but the hanky just completely destroys the backline there and causes a Wayward Weed to leave the match. Well played. Well played. I think we might Pope Santa here, actually, now that I think about it. Come on, Heidi. Oh, but she's smart and funny. Bastard. At this point, I'm pretty sure he left, but I'm not positive. Now, I think if I Ice Sniper Pope, I would pull Tupperware. I think I might get Tupperware here. Yep, we get Tupperware. Just at the end of the world, it's definitely better than Hanky or Ice Sniper or Dark Mage. So like I said, it's the third tier of what you'd want to take. So that is 2 for 3 for the Man-Bear Pig Popes. Although Tupperware, I'll take that. And the match was already over, so it didn't matter. It didn't matter. All My Guap from Member Berries, pretty decent player. Pretty decent player. Awesemo lead, Diabetes lead, Tupperware lead. Kind of depends on what he plays. Ice Sniper you could lead, depending. So he plays his tank, I play mine. It's only level 4, so no reason to unholy that. You want to slow burn with the Awesemo just to keep it on your side as much as possible. Ice Sniper, obviously, with the Awesemo. You want to be a little careful, though. You don't want to, like, put too much behind him, and then he just gets unholied, and then he steamrolls over you. So you got to be a little bit careful about, you know, what you put into it. You want to hold on to the Awesemo until maybe he plays the Assassin or something just like that. So we go ahead and we stop the Inuit from getting hits before he dies. That level 2 does kill the Diabetes. It's too bad we couldn't get the ability off. Now we try it. I don't think it'll get him, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, we do. We cycled to the Heidi. The lucky pull there. That wasn't knowing the cycle. That was just lucky cycle. But it could. I mean, if it would have pulled the Inuit, that wouldn't have been terrible. As long as the pigeons didn't kill the Inuit, it probably would have been fine. Mind control. Mind control. Let's go ahead and get this out there. Can we save the Heidi? Can we say yes? We saved the Heidi with the lower damage, and now the Man-Bear Pig is half. You don't want to use unholy on him because he's already basically dead. Very troublesome for him. We have the freeze ray no matter what he puts. We have the unholy after that. We are good to go. Good match. Good match. We do have some good ones at the end, so like I said, stick around. Kyred Drexler, a name we definitely recognize. Somebody that's played for quite some time. As you can tell by his rank, he's already up there. Hanky lead against the tank, potentially. Okay, then Heidi, that's good. Slow play into the Ice Sniper. He'll probably have to tank in front. Terrible play. Terrible play. The lower level Unholy, though, doesn't do the work for it, but that's okay. No freeze on the Tupperware. Let's go ahead and use the Dark Mage. Make those pigeons worthless. This guy needs to get his ass on a different team. He's a good player, but clearly his team levels are not going to help him win matches. No AoE from the Dark Mage there. The Hanky's going to hit huge damage. Oh, yeah. Basically takes the next bar. Crazy value. Can he take the next one with the slow from the lava? Oh, he still gets it off. Insane value. Lava is such a bad card. Totally fine just giving up the Ice Sniper. No big deal. Could have probably played... Now we're going to get the Santa. I don't mind this. This is okay. Get the Diabetes Boy out there. Honestly, Pope Santa or Pope Osmo is totally fine, especially if you're in a power position. It's good value either way you look at it. And then Pope sitting back there gets surprisingly good value when a lot of the units are lower level. Pope can do some good work. Pope is not a slouch. Look at this. Pop. Look at that. Huge hit. Huge hit. Now we have Diabetes Boy going up against the tank, but it might not matter if the Choir Boy just goes right to it. Brutal. As you can see there, the 260. Oh, because he gets the 87 plus his other attack boosted, so it'd be like 187 boosted double. So like, yeah, that makes sense. 360 or 260 was it? That makes sense. That makes sense. You can get some crazy attack with him though. All right, this is looking good. The Terrence and Phillip, not too much of a danger, but the Dark Mage Craig works good for them. Gets the damage. Removes the damage a bit. Use that nice slow or nice freeze on him. Take him out before it matters. You got to remember that Dark Mage is only level 4. So you got to be careful with him. The Critter comes out. We're going to go ahead and freeze him so that the Diabetes Boy can survive. Now we got something going on here. Diabetes Boy getting double stacked. See, that was only 174. Am I crazy or did that boost you more the last time? I'm so confused. Because it should double it. Oh, I missed it. I got slightly stunned after the New Kid Blast. So that is one thing that sucks is because of the New Kid Blast usually stopping you, you don't get the double stack on it, which is kind of annoying. Oh, he almost had it. I should have unholied the Ice Sniper and he would have been stacked to shit. Now, Pope, I think, might cycle to... Gotta be something. 3 cost. Oh, the Tupperware. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. The Tupperware taking him out. He does take the bar because Ice Sniper just hits way too hard. But we should be able to unholy any... No, we can just stack the box. Not much he could do. I guess he could Satan this, but if he does, the Tupperware survives. And that is definitely not going to stop us. Putting it in front of New Kid. Strange choice. Strange choice. All right, we got Not Mastis from Szechuan Sauce. Decent team. Not a good rank, though. We'll see if this guy is a decent player or not. But when you see a team like Szechuan Sauce, you got to be on your toes. You never know if there might be a nice player behind that account with good levels, too. They'll have at least decent levels. They might not have what you'd consider like max TVT levels, but I'm sure Sauce does pretty good. I don't know how many people they're running nowadays. I feel like I don't see them in brackets very often. So they're probably like in the 40, 45 range or something like that. So I think all of our teams are, 2 of them are 50, and then like 2 of them are 46, 47, or maybe one of them's 40, one of them's 48, and then I think we have some 46s maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look. Dark Mage and then Pope might be the key here, but getting that extra bar, getting that bar early was very nice. We want to wait for one more card. Is this going to hit the... Okay, he got the freeze. Osmo's out. Then we Tupperware and Pope, and that's literally every card out there. Hanky might cycle, though, so that's a trouble. That's trouble. You could Pope the Tupperware here. It wouldn't be the end of the world. Oh, that sucks. Because now it's got to be the Hanky that'll cycle. Or the Inuit. That's actually fine. Don't mind the Inuit coming in here. Now, a mind control there might have actually been kind of interesting. I really don't think it should have been the choir boy with that hit, but that's fine. We're doing good here. Hits the back side, not the front side, so we don't even lower the damage. This is a huge death ball push coming in here. That Pope doing some good work behind. Not bad at all. Definitely, that was definitely the worst Pope we've had, but it ended up working out. We remove him, and then we'd be good to go. You wouldn't have to worry about the man-bear pig then at that point, because if you remove him, it's just game over on defense. You wouldn't really want to remove him. We got the Kingdom. He's a good player. Kingdoms are good players. Or at least, like I said, they have potential. Mexico Carajo is one. Mexico Sky. There's plenty of... That was just me reacting to that. So he removed me. I froze him. Probably could have played that better, but that was just like, oh, I have to react quick. And the quickest reaction I had was to deal with the freeze, because I didn't think anybody else could get out there quick enough to kill him. Maybe the Hanky could have, but I didn't want him to hit New Kid. We're gonna go ahead and push forward a little bit with the Hanky. If he plays a big unit, we can easily unholy combust it. That's not gonna do it. We do kill. Oh, he missteps the choir boy. This is why I don't fucking understand why some people assassin step on the backside. The people assassin step on the backside all the time, and I do not understand why they do it. The potential of messing it up is too high, and then if you do mess it up, they might just streak right to the New Kid. It just makes no sense to me. I've seen other people do that, and it's definitely intentional, and I'm like, why are you doing that? That makes no sense. All right, Pope to Santa here. Don't mind that at all. We got the AoE from the Dark Mage back here. Let's see if we can get the choir boy onto the Ice Sniper. Good work. The choir boy gonna take out the back line. Oh, wow. The choir boy, absolute value. No, we don't take him out. And the AoE doesn't seem to be hitting him, even though it sure seems like it should. A terrible freeze ray there. Go ahead and play that again. Get this out there. And now the Diabetes boy is gonna be in a world of his own here. Get him off, get the double, smack it again. Absolutely, absolutely insane value. The Hanky gets the hit. The Diabetes gets the double. That's 303 off the Diabetes. Okay, I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding how that's upgrading. It's not making sense. It's the math isn't mathing. It's not going to 101 to double. It's doing something weird. Am I crazy? Anybody notice that? Maybe it's just I'm not understanding if it's maybe it doesn't take the boost. Does it double the boost? Yeah, it doubles the boost. But then if it's 100, he's got like 100 attack, doesn't he? Like exactly. Well, in that case, 101. So it does 101, and then it'd be 201. So if you double that, it would be 402. Well, no, it wouldn't show the original. It'd be 402 total, but it wouldn't show. It would only show 200. Well, no, it would show 300 because his attack is still 100. It wouldn't show that 101. So I get, yeah, every time you double it after that first one, it's technically only going to show. It's not going to show the whole double. It's going to show like the third of it. Or I guess it's the fourth of it there. That makes sense. Or I guess in that case, it's 3/4 of it. Because he has 400 some, and it's showing. This is a bad setup. The Pope pulls the Hanky, and the Hanky absolutely lights up the enemy. Not even mad about that. Hanky still going and hitting the Craig, which is very nice. Tupperware. This was honestly levels that kind of saved me there. The Pope was not great. The Pope was not great. And now we can kind of slow play it through. Santa, not really the choice this week. Diabetes boy could be boosted. Santa doesn't kill him. Santa can't kill like this the man bear pig push, so that's one thing. I'm saying Santa, I mean Satan. Satan, there's not a whole lot that Satan worries. There's nothing that really worries you that you'd want to have Satan, right? Like Mintberry Crunch and Call Girl. Those are very big Satan targets, right? Or maybe something like a drow or something like that, where you kill the drow on the back line. You know, there's certain things that the Satan definitely makes sense for. Obviously, cows. If there's cows in there, the Satans kind of make sense. 101 plus 101 equals 4. Double that's 404, but shit is showing. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what I figured out. So, but then when you boost it from there, it'd be 606. No, it technically could be 8. So it would show the 606. It would show 7. It would show 706 or whatever it would be. 707? No, it wouldn't be 707. Because it would be 800 some, but that 101 stays 101. Blake Boy plays on us. Oh well. The Pope lead only works. Like the only possible way that Pope works is if you have actually my deck right here. If you have this no, not here. Well, without the hank. If the hanky was Man Bear Pig, and you had this deck, then you could technically Pope, and then you could pull Unholy Combustion. And then that is the only possible way you could first play Pope, is if you have Heidi, Butters, Diabetes, and Man Bear Pig, and your next cycle is Unholy. If that's the case, then you can first play Pope into the Man Bear Pig, which would probably not win you the game, honestly, because you'd probably get removed. So there's really, look at that. I even got the Unholy. So there's really no reason to do that, because even if you get him, if he gets removed, you know, Pope is still there, I guess, but it's probably not going to net you the win. But it will net you the win if you use Pope Man Bear Pig and he's doesn't have the energy to remove it, or has already used it on something else, for instance. Pretty good levels from him right here. The Choir Boy will be dead. God, Ice Sniper stun is so long. Ice Sniper stun is so long. The pushback did take him out. Nicely done. The Satan, don't love playing the Satan like this, but he's got, you see how quickly he melts, dude? He just doesn't have the HP. He just doesn't need the HP. The hanky not hitting extremely fast because of that little thing, but the Ice Sniper's killing it here. Don't need to use that. Oh, wait a second. Did Hanky hit that, or did the Ice Sniper hit? Hanky must have hit twice. Hanky must have hit twice there. This is interesting. If New Kid gets it... Oh, we didn't even need to play that. I didn't think Dark Mage would kill him, honestly. But the Topper comes out. Honestly, a mistake to play the Topper there. Could have been waiting on energy, but... Oh, little weird glitch there. That was weird. Now, Pope, Man Bear Pig here, I think it would cycle to... No, it doesn't. We get the Pope Man Bear Pig, and that is brutal. Should one-shot the level 4 base. Yes, it does. The Freeze Ray comes out. Heidi's going to go right for New Kid. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. And the Diabetes Boy can't stay alive. He can't stay alive. Now, the Hanky on the top side, separate him. I don't remember if Name Blues wouldn't have gone Satan, I don't think, so we don't have to worry about that. Here's the Diabetes Boy getting huge buffs. That Hanky still there. Blake Boy getting taken down. All right, we're closing in on the last couple matches here. We got Smelly Scroats from Towley. Smelly Scroats, great name. And I gotta be honest, there's at least one match here that I played Man Bear Pig first, just to kind of see, like, is this gonna work? Like, is this gonna work? It doesn't work out very well, let me tell you that. But let's, like, he should have used the, see, this is what I don't understand. He should have killed the Diabetes right here, and he would have gotten crazy health on the critters. But instead, he eats all the pigeons, which, I mean, isn't the worst thing in there. He does get the Diabetes there, but it wasn't with the stack, right? So it's just a real, it's really weird. Speaking of stats, I remember doing Robin Tweak and Witch Doctor to make the ladder's ability to... Yeah, he's the only unit in the game. Well, I guess Critters is technically infinitely stacking. And I guess technically Diabetes Boy could be infinitely stacking if you could somehow do it perfectly with Santa and Hanky, I guess. But Witch Doctors is the only ability that goes up with health boosts or goes up with other boosts. So he does have potentially infinite value because you could Robin Tweak him multiple times. You could Mintberry Crunch him. That would also increase his attack. And he's still a bad card that's probably never going to get the ability off. But when you do, I mean, it's crazy when you have him boosted a little bit and he basically one-shots anything that he hits. It's pretty awesome. The Ice Sniper gets out there. Yes, we get the Ice Sniper out there just in time to cycle. And as if you see here, I actually do intentionally wait. I wait for 8 energy here so that if I do cycle, see, I'm waiting. So if I do cycle, I could play. And that ends up working perfectly. The Ice Sniper takes out the pigeons that are admittedly beating up that Osimo, but you can see the Osimo just has so much more health and so much more survival than Santa. I think Osimo might be the better choice because Osimo is just going to be out there longer and allow you to cycle to the Pope better. And with the potential of the freeze slowing down, something that could potentially be really good, like maybe stopping an Inuit from attacking or something, or just the ability to use Ice Sniper, then use Freeze Ray, then use Osimo, then use Dark Mage. It's pretty good. Osimo is also generally more practical. Yeah, I definitely understand Santa with the diabetes definitely being useful, but I don't think it's useful with the Ice Sniper because honestly, in a battle, you really want your Ice Sniper to just be attacking. You don't want her to be using her ability because the time it takes her to use her ability is like 2 attacks, and she hits so hard that you don't want her to be attacking, or you want her to be attacking, you don't want her to be using her freeze. So unless the freeze really helps you out, Isaacor, he was the main event, boys. This guy's definitely a good player. He's up at 8K already. This one's gonna be tough. But you don't want her using the ability and then using Santa and then using the ability again, because that's like 4 hits you're missing. Sure, you're freezing people, but unless you're freezing like an assassin or maybe freezing Terrence and Phillip. See, this, honestly, he's fucked up so bad here. Like, just getting that 1 hit. Why did he do that? Why did he allow me to do that? That's why you always, when they play a tank, you always play an assassin on the opposite side. Because this guy is a decent player. He's got good levels. But in my opinion, he just lost the match by allowing me to get that little bit of a chip in there. Because all it takes now is 1 Ice Sniper hit to kill you. All it takes is a little bit of Dark Mage Craig AoE to kill you, right? Very easy. Now let's get an insane Diabetes Boy up here. Now we could see some trouble with the critters. We're not going to be able to remove the critters, but let's see if we can have just a fat stacked Diabetes Boy that nobody's going to be able to stop. Even though he's got crazy attack, it won't matter because we have crazy HP. There it comes. Hit him again. 202, 505. It goes to 505. Beautiful. The critter goes down. Can you get... No, we don't get the buff again. Did we have Santa? No, we didn't. If we could have just gotten that buff one more time, he would have survived the Incan, and it would have been absolutely lights out for him. But you see that 1 hit from the Choir Boy gets the bar instead of 2 there. Not that it would have mattered for him, but just a good example. Can the Choir Boy get another one? Oh, the Choir Boy absolutely lighting him up. Insane value. Now, can we get the Pope? I think if we cycle, we'll cycle. Oh, yeah, we got to cycle back to him. I like this. Now the Pope could work because we could cycle into... No, we'd cycle into the Tupperware, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it'd be Tupperware. That's not bad. Yeah, there's the Tupperware. So we know the cycle. We're not going to get the Pope Manbear Pig on this one. The AoE. Oh, we messed that up, and we actually lose. This is trouble here. But we could Pope. If we Pope midline, though, I don't think it's going to be the Manbear Pig. It might be Osimo, though. Oh, it's the Ice Sniper. Don't actually mind that because of the damage that's going to come out from that. It's going to be useful. Nicely done here. Nicely done. He's going to try to get the critter out again. We can't unholy that, which is fine. We want to wait. Nice. See that? See how long it takes her to attack again? It's just not really worth it. That's a bad freeze ray, though. That's a bad freeze ray. So we're going to stack the box with our cheap cards. Get the Dark Mage out there. Pope is still alive. Lowered the damage. Lowered the damage. And the absolute mayhem nets the hanky getting to New Kid. Now the Dark Mage has to deal with those pigeons. Still was hitting the Osimo, but we ended up doing all right. And that is not the main event. We got one more for you. We got Hasbot from Viva La Stoners. This is the one where I think I play Man Bear Pig right away, and it's not a good play, guys. It's not a good play. It's too easy for them to build a push off of it. Now, if you play Man Bear Pig midline, and you know they're not going to remove it, and you just shove everything into their face, maybe you can win. Like, play Man Bear Pig topside, and then just play everything else on the bottom side, so that he has to play up top to stop Man Bear Pig, but then everything down there is going to mess with him. You never know. But the Inuit definitely helps to deal with it. Or honestly, if I was him, I wouldn't have used Inuit there. I would have just let Man Bear Pig beat up the Osimo until the Osimo was basically dead, and force me to play into my Man Bear Pig past the midline, and then wait for me to make a mistake and then counter push past that. That's what I would have done. But this works. This worked out okay for him. Because I mean, it would be quite easy to get. Now, I was thinking, in my head here, I'm thinking, can I do this in a way where I can Pope the Man Bear Pig because I know where his cycle will be? Because I know he'll be after these other ones, right? Now, this is an absolutely insane Dark Mage play here. He removes the Osimo. How much health did the Osimo have, though? The Osimo was newly laid, though, so that was a good removal. And I already played the Man Bear Pig, so this guy played well. This guy definitely played well. I'm definitely worried here, but the AoE on the Terrence and Phillip is working out really well. The Diabetes Boy getting value. Ice Sniper, unfortunately, dies, and that gets taken out. But the Choir Boy, level 4, doing work. The Inuit taking down the Ice Sniper, which is important, and the Dark Mage. Can New Kid protect from the Youth Pastor? Can you protect the indoctrination? He does. See, now I messed up the cycle, and the Tupperware screwed up the Pope. But we could Tupperware into Pope, into Man Bear Pig, because it should be Heidi and Diabetes that we cycle to after this. Now, if I Pope here, it might be Hanky too. No, we get the Osimo, though, which isn't bad. Was not expecting that, though. But this is going to work out pretty well. The Diabetes can come in, get some good value, get the freeze out there, which is going to stop the Inuit value a little bit. It's never really a good play if you play your Inuit just midline and just hope it works out. It killed the Pope there. Honestly, works out. Get the Pope quicker, and then you can maybe Pope Man Bear Pig. Now here, the reason I unholied that, because he could Man Bear Pig here and fuck me up, right? Now, obviously, he has Satan, so no, he couldn't have done that. But even if he would have Man Bear Pig there, he wouldn't have gotten the energy in 30 seconds to do the Man Bear Pig and punish me for that. So now I'm rushing past him. We could have used the freeze ray, but we didn't need to. And we take down the Hasbot. Definitely, honestly, that guy should have probably beat me. Because that lead on the Man Bear Pig and then him removing the Osimo was very well played. It was very well played on his part. But he just kind of messed up everything else. And the game didn't end there, so we could have gotten that weird bar thing that happens where there's not actually, like, the game doesn't end. I figured out, though, you can kind of tell when that's going to happen. When, like, the game won't end and you'll have, like, a little delay. Because the game, I think the reason that happens is because, like, their game loads a little slower than yours, or like maybe they're out of the app and then they come back to the app, whatever it might be. But sometimes you can tell on the first initial load screen, it takes a little longer to get into the match than it normally would. It's just a tiny little bit, but if you've been playing the game forever, you can tell, oh, that was a bit longer. Like, it'll sit on that front screen before it separates it a little bit longer, just a tiny little bit. And then you're like, oh, I got to be careful, because when the game ends, it won't end exactly at the 0. It'll kind of play out a second or two, because technically, and that's probably where sometimes like what they're seeing and what I'm seeing is slightly different. Like there's a game on my YouTube. Look up Hacker on my YouTube. There's a game that's between me and T-Wiz, and I remember this game. It was messed up. I don't know what it was. Bad connection. I was in the basement. Maybe that had something to do with it. And I started recording because it was a really weird match, and I wanted just the proof of like, look what happens here. And he recorded it too, and he went onto the Discord and he calls me a hacker, and he's like, what is this bullshit? Blah, 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 blah. And then I showed my point of view, and I took his point of view and my point of view, and I overlaid them on top of each other. And you can see like it's like the timer is like 15 seconds apart, and it's like you'll see me play a card, and then you'll see it like fast forward in time and like act as if it was played 15 seconds ago. It was the weirdest thing ever, but it kind of showed like when the match is really wonky, this is what's happening. Like the server truly thinks like you're happening at different times. So on my screen, Sizzle is midline, not moving. On his screen, Sizzle is at the new kid, blasting his new kid. So on my screen, Sizzle's standing there still, frozen, but his new kid health is going down. On his screen, my Sizzler's actually there. So it's kind of weird. You forget Youth Pastor exists sometimes? Yeah. You don't really see him. You only see him maybe you'll see him in a Pope Manbear Pig deck. Maybe, although more likely you'd see Archangel in that deck. And then maybe you'd see him in a Critters deck. Maybe. But honestly, I don't think Mystic is the best choice to pair with him with Critters anyway. So I don't think you'd really see Mystic and Critters very often. I think mostly you're going to see superheroes for the Mysterion, and the Diabetes is good too. And then like probably Fantasy would probably be good because like DSR protects them, and then you can have like Drow to protect them, and then you can have the gnomes he can get boosted off of. You could maybe boost him off the Coop, which is kind of interesting because that really slow plays it. But anyway, we had some good ones, some good wins. Shout out to Animation Boyz this week, who beat Dead Whales by like 9 points. Very good, very good. 48 runs for that. And then I think Chefs only dropped 2 games this week, so it was good on them. It was a really close run. I think we only dropped like 3 or 4. So they won by a little bit, but it's anytime you only lose like 1, 2, or 3 times, it's a really good run. So good for them. And they needed a good run after the last like 3 or 4 weeks. And it seems that now that they're out of our Discord and cheating and stealing our shit, they've moved to just doing everything that Dead Whales does. So it looks like those guys are in like a little bit of a group. It's everybody against us, baby. Anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.